Welcome to 2K Sports. What could be better than kicking back on a Sunday afternoon watching the NBA? And it's Seattle with the ball. Pass to Claxton. Here's the break. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
Doncic feeling it out a bit. Here's George. Back to Doncic. That one doesn't drop. Nice D from Thompson. And so Thompson will bring it up for the Rockets. And he comes up with a bucket. Thompson's got his second basket of the game. A battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And about a minute gone in the first quarter. Ellis's shot is off. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Jordi Fernandez. He had a sleepless night trying to figure out how to stop Luka Doncic. He said it's rare to see a player force the other 9 players on the floor to play at his pace. It's very methodical. Like a machine, he said Doncic shows no mercy. Brian?
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Here's Thompson. Taking a look at his numbers, averaging about 11 a game. Pass to Thompson. Driving in. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
That first step is so dangerous with Amen. I mean, he was just gone.
Just over a minute and a half in. Here's Claxton. Allen defending. Achua with a screen. Here's Doncic. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
There's a savviness innate to Luka Doncic. He has played this game for such a long time. Pick and roll, yeah, that's in my bag. Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
To the middle. Here's Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Oh, the athleticism on display. Nick Claxton makes these throwdowns look easy.
They're having a hard time with fouls. It's still early, but one more and they'll be over the limit.
Thompson outside. Pass to Ellis. It's stolen by Doncic.
Terrific anticipation by him, and that's why he's out on the court.
Outside, Caldwell Pope. And the three-pointer goes.
Well, Luka, just a preternatural gift for finding the open man. What a pass.
Here's Thompson. Seattle pulls it in. About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Here's Doncic. Ooh, Thompson with the block.
Decent reach and solid instincts, allowing Thompson to get a hand on it.
Right side of Chua. Ooh, stolen by Allen. Thompson with it. Now Doncic defending. Thompson's shot is off. And it's Seattle with the ball. Trailing by 2. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Now here's Claxton. Back to Caldwell Pope. And here's the Chua. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From the high post. Cole grabs the board. And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for Houston. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Back to Doncic. Pass to Caldwell Pope. And again, it's Seattle missing.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Pass to Claxton. 4 on the clock. Down low. Thompson with a steal. Poke loose. Thompson with it. Now Alexander Walker defending. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Nick Claxton, despite his relatively slender frame, is a hard-nosed defender. He said, "I bow down to no one. Every time I step on the court, I always have that chip on my shoulder. That's just the fiery competitor that I am. At the end of the day, I know what I'll hang my hat on, the defensive side of the ball." Brian?
Okay, Allie, thanks for that. In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
Now here's Doncic. He's been an important part of this offense, averaging around 22 points a game. Pass to Achua.
And just refusing to give up second chance points. Excellent defensive rebound.
Now here's Bowl. The 3 from Thompson. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Doncic outside. For 3, Caldwell Pope. Fires in the triple. Caldwell Pope got 6.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Thompson outside. For 3. And Houston another 3. Just 4 seconds left now in the first quarter. We've reached the end of the first quarter. It's Houston leading by 8. And we'll be back. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Houston's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
Seattle trails by 11. Doncic with it. Screen by Claxton. Pass to Caldwell Pope. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. Thompson outside. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Thompson's vertical is impressive. I love seeing this young guard rise up and throw it down.
To the inside. Thompson with a steal. From outside the arc. And Houston, another three. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Houston.
I must say their defensive intensity has been impressive so far. Really making it hard for the offense to hold on to the ball.
And boy, have they started out quick, running the floor, taking advantage of their speed.
Now here's Doncic. This one for three. Cole grabs the board.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Thompson. Up top, Thompson. Here we go. Here's Alexander Walker. And the finish on the break with the slam.
And just good hustle. Always nice to get an easy bucket on the break.
We call that one the do-it-yourself kit.
McCollum outside. And Houston, another three. When you look back at the history of the league, Doris, no position has evolved more than the center.
You know, B.A., that's a tremendous point because if you look at some of the best players in the league, they occupy the 5 spot. They're asked to do so much. Defensively, protect the rim. Be able to switch out and guard smaller players on the perimeter. Now you're being asked to be able to make shots from 3. I mean, big man's got a lot of responsibility in today's game.
Thompson. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
This guy, Klay Thompson, can get as hot as any player in the NBA, and when he's this efficient, boy, he is dangerous.
Here's the break. Here's Thompson. Comes up empty down low.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
And Caldwell Pope gets it to go.
That's his first triple of the second period, 3rd of the game.
And here's Thompson for 3. Seattle pulls it in. They're getting into the back half of a 4-game road trip. And again, Seattle with a triple.
And now he's dropped 2 3-pointers in each quarter.
On the wing, Thompson. He's got 11. Thompson with another miss. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Seattle. 11-point game. Doris, you talk about a guy who forces you to play at his pace. That's Luka Doncic.
Oh, my goodness, B.A., there's no question. He's got tremendous patience. He's in complete command of the tempo of the game. But maybe my favorite aspect is how he manipulates the game to get defenders off balance.
Pass to McCollum. Thompson with a screen. 6 to shoot. The 3. And Thompson gets the 3. Thompson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
A confident shot from Amen. I mean, when he trusts his J, Thompson is that much more difficult to check.
Outside, Caldwell Pope. The teardrop. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to be on him in Thompson.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
And Houston making a change here.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
McCollum outside. From the arc. Claxton with a rebound. Seattle trails by 10. Doncic left side. It's hauled in by Houston. 17 points was their biggest margin.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Seattle making some changes. .116 left to play in the second quarter. Pass to Thompson. Here's Rizachet. 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3. And Thompson gets the 3. Thompson's got 17 points.
And this is big for Thompson's confidence. He needs to keep hitting from downtown.
Done with it. Knocked away. McCollum with a steal. And he lobs it up top. Oh, Carter with the block.
Well, this is about the 7'5" wingspan and the defensive instincts of Wendell Carter Jr. Send it back, young sir.
There's 39 seconds left in the second. Here's Thompson. And he banks in the layup. Thompson's got 10 points now, just in this quarter.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
Here's DeRozan. DeRozan gets inside and scores.
And they seem to have found a nice groove here in the second period.
Houston leading by 13. For 3, McCollum. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. McCollum's gotten his second bucket.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
DeRozan outside. It could go. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. It's Houston up by 16. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Pass to Thompson. And Houston, another 3.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Here's Goodwin. No points so far. To the paint. Here's DeRozan. The rebound by Allen. Houston leading by 19. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
Substitution on the court.
On defense, the visiting team. There's McCollum with the 3. Doesn't go for him. And here's Doncic. And he lays it up and in. Doncic has got his second bucket on the night.
Yeah, an offensive player like Luka expects the contact. He's anticipating it, so it doesn't bother him. That's a big-time finish.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Yes, it's good. George has gotten his first basket of the night.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
6 on the shot clock. Thompson attacking. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Personal foul.
Grant, some rookies come into the league with a ton of height. You've lived through that. How does it affect a young player?
Well, B.A., it can be overwhelming, and certainly it's a lot to endure. You're the focus of so much attention, and there are so many expectations. And with all the media these days, it's even more magnified and intense.
And here they go on a free run to the bucket. Cans it from the wing. Thompson's got 7 now in this quarter.
A nice start to the third. 3 out of 4, and looking good doing it.
Now Doncic. Pass to Caldwell Pope. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Klay Thompson picks one up.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Seattle's shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And out on the wings, Zach Rizachet has so many things scouts are looking for these days.
Yeah, B.A., this guy has tremendous potential as a two-way threat. Great length, good athleticism, and his jump shot could be elite.
Pass to Ellis. There's the double team of Alexander Walker. And the foul called on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That'll get him his 4th foul of the game.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Thompson outside. Back to Thompson. Out to Thompson. Tries it from the top of the key. Seattle pulls it in.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Out to Thompson. From deep three-point range. Caldwell Pope pulls it in. Seattle trails by 18. Thompson with it. Now Alexander Walker defending. Allen outside. The 3 from Thompson. Thompson with another miss.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is highly encouraged by the growth of the game. He said, in addition to being the fastest growing sport in the world, we are the #1 participation team sport in the United States. Boys and girls are playing basketball in record numbers. Love to hear it, Brian.
No doubt. The game's in a great place right now, Allie. Thank you.
Well, why settle for the layup when you can finish with authority? Mr. Allen on the dunk.
From deep, here's Doncic. Bull grabs the board.
I'll tell you, this guy is doing absolutely everything he can to get himself going, but the team is struggling because he's struggling.
Here's Doncic. And Doncic hammers it home.
Well, Luka Doncic making his own opportunity offensively with the defense he plays. Nice.
And the slam dunk by Thompson.
You know, they barely needed other contributions. This lead has been built through his offense.
Here's Doncic. Thompson with the block. Jumps up. And it's Allen who slams it home.
This guy does such an incredible job getting up and down the floor. Jared Allen's athleticism makes him a force in transition.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And Houston making a change here. And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up for Seattle. Outside, Caldwell Pope. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. Doncic outside. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Back to Doncic. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Their spacing isn't quite as good as it was in the first half. They may need to hit more threes to stretch that defense.
Thompson outside. Thompson with it. And he's got 28 now. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Allen. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Allen's got 6 here in the quarter.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
Back to Doncic. And he makes it on the layup. Doncic has got 10 points in the game.
That's a high percentage look for Luka Doncic. He is a menace if he gets that deep.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. McCollum outside. The 3 is up. Seattle pulls it in. On the wing, Caldwell Pope. McCollum with a steal. Here's Thompson with 1 on the clock. And 3 quarters of play in the books. This one's all but over already. It's Houston.
42.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. Seattle trails by 20. Doncic outside. Caldwell Pope with it. McCollum covering. Inside. Thompson with the block.
Klay Thompson is elite on the defensive end. He's got length, smarts, quickness, you name it.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Yeah, they've done a great job of challenging every shot they can. Their totals in the block column are a result of that aggression.
What about the defensive intensity they've had in this one? Jumping passing lanes, poking the ball away, just doing a great job creating chaos.
Ooh, ripped away. And here they come.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And for so many teams in the NBA, establishing the three-point shot is goal number 1 on offense. He's definitely doing his part tonight.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
And there's the call on Amin Thompson. That'll be a second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Doris, coaching is a difficult job. You think they're judged unfairly?
I do, PA. I think they go into any circumstance, and it's largely contingent on what is the strength of the organization. What's your ownership like? What is their commitment level to winning? What is your front office and the decision-making process like? But we all know this. Like, the coaches ultimately are the ones who are judged by wins and losses. They know that going in.
Pass to Bowl. Now here's Thompson. Here's McCollum. Thompson with a screen. Shot clock at 6. Puts up a 3. Rejected by Claxton.
Well, the length of Claxton allowing him to reach out and affect the shot. That is really good defensive work.
Kicks it to George. Back to Doncic. Pass to George. And here's Doncic. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. Doncic has got 10 points here in the second half. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Back to Thompson. Out to McCollum. The free ball. Seattle pulls it in. Pass to Claxton. Here's Doncic. Bowl grabs the board.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
And Kentavious Caldwell-Pope picks up the foul.
Team foul.
That's his 3rd foul so far.
Substitution for your
Here's Ellis. And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And the NBA has made a significant investment in the G League over the years. Grant, you can really see the impact it's had.
Yeah, BA, and it's grown into a real minor league for the NBA. The NBA needed something like that for a long time, and it's helped the product.
Just 4 to shoot. Here's McCollum. Houston with another miss.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Houston leading by 22. It's Bullock on the wing. McCollum outside. A deep 3. Knocked loose.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Doncic into the lane. Bowl grabs the board. Boy, you love how guys are making plays for one another here.
Yeah, just a balanced attack, a total team effort.
Fast break, here we go. It's hauled in by Houston. McCollum outside. Allen outside. Back to McCollum.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Rockets.
They were the more accurate club, and in the end, that made the difference, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
And they played well tonight, picking up win number 24 of the year.
And they fought hard for this win, guys. No one wants to get swept in the season series, even a short one.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Amen Thompson.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
Offline from the top of the key.
And unlike some other guys, missing a wide open look won't hurt his confidence at all.
Again, Doncic missing.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
To the inside. Back to McCollum. To win the drought. Pure from three-point range.
With very little left on the clock, they've got a comfortable lead, and the fans are loving it.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Left side Bull. Clock at 6. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds.
Substitution for your Rockets. Reed Shepherd. Bronny James.
And so it's Houston winning this one. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their